Thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kennedy. We're here with the news of the Montgomery County Council for this last week in October. A bill that would defer the point at which certain county public and private employers can conduct criminal background checks after that person has been offered a job was approved by the council. The Ban the Box legislation aims to help eliminate a barrier which makes it very difficult for adults with arrests or convictions to find work.
We put a lot of effort there in rehabilitation. That's probably one of the most outstanding features of Montgomery County's Correction Center is the emphasis that's put on rehabilitation. And then to make that effort on our end to get people back into society and then to find that the door's closed just because the box said, have you ever been arrested? And you check it and then you never get called for an interview. It doesn't serve us very well. We need people to be able to work. And if we're taking the effort to train people and get them ready for the workforce, we need to have a workforce that they can go into. So it doesn't guarantee that anybody has to hire anybody. We're not forcing anybody to justify why you make a hiring decision. We're just, basically what we've done is said that everybody deserves an interview.
Councilmember George Leventhal has introduced a measure that would prohibit a retail pet store from selling any dog or cat unless that store obtained the animal from an animal care facility or nonprofit rescue organization. Mr. Leventhal told us the goal here is to increase demand for animals from animal shelters and rescue agencies.
A majority of the council has co-sponsored the measure. I do think we need to discuss, exactly what the restriction will consist of. There will be a public hearing on December 2nd. I've met with owners of pet stores who have issues and concerns. We're certainly open to listening, as we always are, to the concerns of our constituents. This is the beginning of the conversation.
Archives ensure that the records of today are preserved for future generations. The Montgomery County Archives has been closed since 2010 when the county moved the collections from the red brick courthouse so that facility could be renovated. Well, the archives are back in business, and the timing of that coincides with American Archives Month. On October 22, 2014, the Montgomery County Archives officially reopened in its new home next to the County Record Center in Gaithersburg.
We are open. Welcome to the Archives.
Created in 1985 by an executive order signed by Charles Gilchrist, the County Archives features items relevant to the history of Montgomery County government. Archivist Linda Kennedy explains.
The archives were established to preserve the institutional memory of the county government and to make these records accessible to the public and other researchers.
Today, the Montgomery County Historical Society oversees this collection. In nearly 30 years, it has grown to more than 25,000 items. Included are letters, minutes, and press releases from county departments, officials, agencies, and civic groups. There are personal collections as well. Since 2010, nearly all these items were stored away and unavailable to the public. So its reopening is really cause for celebration.
As stewards of history in Montgomery County, the Montgomery County Historical Society was devastated when funding decisions led to the closing of the archives. So we are utterly delighted that it is reopening, and that's why we feel that it's a great cause for celebration. And Councilmember Leventhal in particular carried the ball on this, and we're very grateful to him for doing so.
For many years, the records of Montgomery County were kept in deplorable conditions that were out of compliance with state law. But the county council found the money to make this happen. It's just plain good government. We didn't have hundreds of constituents saying we must have a new archive, but we knew it needed to be done, and now here we are. And future generations of scholars, historians, and public officials will be able to use this archive to understand where we've been, because it's a cliche, but it's true. If you don't know where you've been, you can't tell where you're going.
The Montgomery County Archives is located on Anniversary Circle in Gaithersburg, and it's open to the public on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, that does it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.